Hello, everyone. Welcome to DKM episode 39. It's your co-hosts today will be Danny and Kenny. How you doing today, Kenny?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, Danny?
Doing pretty good. You know, the restless dreams and nightmares are not as bad, but I'm holding up fine. I'm holding up fine.
Dude, I feel that those restless nightmares is what really gets me. That's what
Yeah.
Jimmy's my Russells.
Uh, your Jimmies have been rustled.
Yeah, my
Yep.
Jimmy's.
Yep.
Um.
But
So, what's up, dude? How have you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't really complain. I'm glad to finally get a new episode out for this podcast for this week for our lovely audience to listen and watch.
That's nice. That's nice.
What's going on with your world?
Just bought kayaks.
Nice.
Yeah, starting to get outside of the house instead of just being a video game nerd that all I do is just collect video games and just play video games, and especially of the everything varieties, considering that I have all the major consoles now minus the Switch, sadly, so I'm gonna miss out on Pokemon.
Ah, yes, Pokemon. That's been the topic lately. I don't know if you use Twitter, Kenny, but a lot of people are really excited about the new Growlithe, the Hisune Growlithe.
The what, Growlithe?
Yeah. So the region I'm talking about is Pokemon Legends Arceus. The region is called the Hisune region, which is basically the predecessor of what's going to be the Sinnoh region from Gen 4.
I'm like, wait a minute, I
Um,
thought it was the Sinnoh region to begin with.
well, it's like the precursor, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's Hisune, and then it becomes the Sinnoh region later.
But
Right.
how does that even make sense? It's still the Sinnoh region, even back then. Like, all the land doesn't just kind of morph.
Well, it could be terraforming. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, what the hell
Dude,
do you
listen,
mean, man?
Listen, if you could make a Pokemon game with Nobunaga's ambition, fuck it. I don't care. Like, yeah, totally. That's what we're doing it.
I don't
Unless
know, man.
you're playing as the great, 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 great ancestor of certain characters, I don't know how that's gonna work.
So explain to me, like, what the heck's up with this new Growlithe? Like, because I just looked them
Yeah,
up. Like, okay,
he's
so
adorable, isn't he?
there's a whole bunch of new regional forms for this game.
Yes, yes. A lot of Pokemon are getting new forms in this region, which I dig. I think
Wait,
that's
so
kind of cool.
what is he gonna? He still looks like he's a fire type, but what is he gonna be like?
He's a fire type.
What,
Yeah,
fire
he's still the same.
flying?
No, he's the same fucking type. I think. I'm assuming
It's so
that.
stupid. Like,
I like it. I mean, fuck it. If the Doug Trios can grow blonde hair, why can't you grow a beard?
dude. Oh man, those Dark Trios. That was so stupid for the Alolan forms.
That was genius. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's not like we're
So
making Vulpix suddenly an ice type.
so right now there's a Hatsune Growlithe, the Hatsune Braviary, which I feel like Braviary. Oh, the Basculin. Okay, the fact that it's getting an evolution is actually really cool. Not going to lie, because Basculin felt like a very, unfinished Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And
Did
then,
you know how
man, Stantler finally getting an evolution is like, holy crap.
did you know how that new Pokemon is gonna get evolved? Did you hear how it
Which
evolves?
one? Basculin?
Well, the evolution of Basculin.
Um, no.
Well, according to the Pokemon
Does it have to
Direct or
die?
Presents thing, huh?
Does it have to die? It says that it's going to be a water ghost type.
Well, no, actually, it takes the spirits of the family of all the Basculin around him.
Mm-hmm.
They all die, and their spirits go into one.
Jesus
and then it
Christ,
evolves.
that's so dark.
Dude,
Okay,
I fucking love that dark. I love like Pokemon Pokedex entries are just fucking terrifying.
so the Growlithe is going to be a fire rock type.
Oh, okay.
And then Braviary is going to be a psychic flying type instead of it just being I think it was flying fighting type. And then
Huh.
Basculegion is going to be a water ghost type, which I think that's the first time that there's a water ghost type.
Yeah, and you can ride him too.
That's so weird because he's ghost.
Yeah,
it's
but
like trying to ride a
it's okay. You get
Gengar.
these
That
little
don't work.
motorcycle handlebars. You plop that shit on top of his head, and you just start you just start riding it.
What is this? Raymarade? Are we gonna start like just making motorcycle Pokemon?
Fuck yeah, dude.
What is this? Digimon? No, this is Yu-Gi-Oh. We're playing freaking what's it called?
5Ds.
Not 5Ds. The other one. GX with the
No, not GX. That's
yeah. No,
that's
no, no, no.
after.
With the monsters that were actual like. Or not? Was it G? No, it was GX.
No, it wasn't.
It was
after
Yu-Gi-Oh
GX.
GX, man. That's what I'm talking about.
No, it's not.
You
GX is the school one.
yes,
You're talking
that's
about
the one I'm
5Ds, the
talking
one with
about.
motorcycles.
No, I'm talking about like the Roid Pokemon or the Roid Pokemon.
Oh, the Roids.
The Roids.
Yeah. There. Yeah. Okay. I thought you were just talking about like just riding fucking motorcycles. Oh, okay.
No. I'm talking about the Roids, the hemorrhoids.
But
I mean the.
it might as well be.
Okay, so then Stantler's newest evolution is going to be normal psychic type. I feel like that fits because like he's always had like I don't know. I've always hated Stantler's face. I'm kind of upset that they're keeping it, but I'm glad that they're increasing his antler size. I still don't know how I feel about it.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Some of these Pokemon names are oh, there you go. That's Stantler.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like me getting back into Pokemon, I have not really given a shit about Pokemon. That's why I was like telling people.
Oh,
I'm
did you
excited about the
hear?
gym.
Did you hear that you can take damage from Pokemon?
Yes, that was the thing I'm so excited about. Now you get your fucking shit whopped by a goddamn Ursaring.
So a lot
That's
of
the funniest shit.
people were really happy that like they took inspiration from what was it?
Dark Souls.
No, not Dark Souls. What the hell's the matter with you, dude?
Hey man, as soon as I saw Dodge Roll, I was like, oh,
no.
hell yeah, dude.
What's this game called? Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
Breath of the
Everyone's
Wild
calling
was
this game
like
Breath of the Wild.
well, yeah. I mean, they took big inspiration. Did the graphics did they get a better graphical increase?
Depends on who you're asking. The average Pokemon fan apparently judges the determination of how good your game looks by the number of fucking trees now.
Oh my god.
People are pulling up comparisons with Oblivion, and they're saying,
Oblivion?
look, guys, look how many trees with Oblivion from 2006. See, Pokemon needs to get better at their graphic fidelity. And I just don't fucking get it. Look, I'm not saying that the Pokemon games, are completely wash hands. Like, I admit that certain things do look bad.
Right.
But I don't think I ever gave a shit about that. It's like, it's Pokemon. Like, I don't know about you kids, but I grew up playing with fucking sprites. That's what I played Pokemon on. Like, holy shit, going 3D was like a big deal. I lost my shit seeing Pokemon in 3D in Coliseum for the first time.
I kind of wish that
No, Stadium. I mean Stadium on the N64.
Oh man, I love Stadium. I really wish like we would go back to not just chibi, but like sprites, like 2D sprites with 3D overworld. not like what they're doing with BDSP.
To be fair though, I actually find the Gen 4 remake like overworld sprites like is kind of jarring, is more adorable and hilarious to me.
Well, yeah, I kind of like it, but it's like I don't know if they really wanted to hold
really
true. They could have just they could have given
the last mainline game was that everybody stood upright and everything was up to scale, and then now everything's like, all right, now we got to shrink it back down again. I think it does look a little bit jarring.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the direction that and the fact that they're not using the same engine that they used for Sword and Shield is what really got everybody on their heels, because if you take a look at every other remake since Gen 3 when they came out with their first remake, so like Fire Red and Leaf Green, it came out on the same generation. So if Ruby and Sapphire came out, then Leaf Green and Fire Red would be the same engine.
Yes. Yeah.
Then you have you have like Gen 4 where it was Heart Gold and Soul Silver using the exact same Diamond and Pearl engine, or the updated Platinum engine because it ran faster. Then you had, what was in Gen 5? there wasn't a remake in Gen 5. Gen 5 didn't have a remake, but Gen 6, it was Gen 6
Well,
that
what
had
about
one.
Omega Ruby and Alpha
That
Sapphire?
was Gen 6.
That was Gen 6.
Yeah,
okay.
so Gen 5 they skipped that generation. Then Gen 6 they did Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and that one was using the X and Y engine, but an updated version of it, so it looked better. And then you had what was the last one that came out? Then I think it was what was it? Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but that was kind of like its own standalone.
It's its own thing. Yeah, I don't like.
That was like a shoehorned in thing for Pokemon Go and the Switch when that released, so that there would be Pokemon on the Switch.
Yeah, and also to attract the Pokemon
Go fan base,
crowd,
yeah.
Which I still value, while I have not really given a shit about Let's Go Pikachu, because honestly it'll put me to sleep. I still think that it served its purpose, and I think that it held people over. Not the best, obviously. I would say hardcore Pokemon fans probably did not get, like, you know, they probably blinked and they finished the game. But I think that for people who were like, hey, I like this Pokemon Go shit, I want to play a fucking actual game with it. Oh, look at that.
I mean, in practice it was okay, but like when everybody first saw the gameplay and all that, nobody really cared for it. So I feel like that's what's going to happen with Diamond and Pearl remakes.
I don't think so. I think that, like, let me look up the sales numbers real quick.
Well, the sales numbers for Diamond and Pearl were pretty dang.
No, not just Diamond and Pearl. I'm talking about just like Let's Go.
Let's Go. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, like I said, nobody really cared for the game when they first announced it. But when they didn't, like when they released it, a lot of people enjoyed the game, the gameplay loop, where you're actually throwing the Pokeballs, and then, you know, when you're not trying to catch Pokemon, you're battling trainers.
Yeah, it served its purpose, is the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, it was close enough to being an original Pokemon game, like, you know what I mean? Like,
and plus, who doesn't love, like, Gen 1 milking nostalgia?
Yeah. So,
but yeah, to quickly round this up, so yeah, I'm really excited for Legends Arceus. I'm definitely excited because it definitely feels like it's going to be a much more involving game.
Oh yeah, much more
because
fleshed
the Gen 4
out.
remake is essentially, it's just going to be a safe 1-to-1 remake of the original DS title.
Even though a lot of people are upset about.
I think so. Yeah, I think that I could see where people could get frustrated. I think there's more potential there. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. I haven't tried Pokemon Unite yet at all. I've seen a lot of people stream it. It looks kind of fun.
But
it's
a MOBA from Pokemon.
It's a MOBA. Yes, it is true. So I do imagine popping a couple blood vessels, because I've seen it. I've seen the worst of the worst in that fucking game. But you know, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I think we should go ahead and get to the real meaty part of this podcast. Is something I've been really getting my thoughts on. So, as you guys have probably heard all over Twitter, your favorite OnlyFans model might have to go find another site to perform her services. Unfortunately, though,
or just go get a real job.
We'll get to that, Kenny, before you get to that fucking comment. We'll get to that. So, OnlyFans is stated by the end of I believe by October 1st.
Yes.
OnlyFans will no longer be allowing not safe for work content on their website. Though I have heard that OnlyFans is working with certain people to keep their OnlyFans open, but I feel like it's going to only be like people that could be verified or people that are, you know, already in the industry. And that's the main takeaway. So the reason why, because I don't think a lot of people really looked into why OnlyFans is getting rid of this stuff, is because apparently, because the company is based in the UK, which I didn't know, they said that the reason why they have to do that is due to banking and credit card companies do not want to associate with the website due to the type of content that they're providing. Now, this sort of reminds me of the similar situation that happened with Pornhub, where Pornhub got rid of all their amateur content, like stuff that didn't need to be verified. They got rid of all of it. Now, the only thing you got is verified porn, which personally I think that, well, yes, verified porn is good. You know, I like a good indie film every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? And,
but there's still indie stuff. I mean, they have.
No, it's not. It's that fake indie shit. It's like, oh, we're gonna do the fake found footage thing.
No,
dude.
No. They still have original content from small people. Like all they have to do is just verify their identity, and they can upload.
True,
on there.
but a lot of stuff got removed. Like a lot,
Yes,
a lot
yes.
of stuff got removed. My favorite shit got removed. It's
Your
like
favorite
4
shit.
times more difficult to find the shit that I liked. So it's been a struggle. It's been a real struggle. So yeah, OnlyFans is now putting this in, and I actually have, and I actually know some people that have OnlyFans. And to be fair though, like I know that OnlyFans is more popularly known because of the the pornographic industry and stuff. But not everybody uses OnlyFans does it because like of porn. Like fucking musicians use it.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
Matthew
cooking.
Santoro,
There's cooking OnlyFans.
cooking. Yeah. Yeah, and not the one with the girls cooking with their asshole out. There's people who straight up do cooking with OnlyFans, which is perfectly fine. And I know that OnlyFans has tried to branch out and get into those other markets.
I mean, if
which
you
is
think about it,
perfectly
it's kind of like a patron just for different
It is.
industries.
It is, and it's just that's the other thing though. Like apparently, I asked one of my friends who is going through this. I asked her like, well, what about only like Patreon? Is Patreon allowed? It's like apparently no, Patreon does not allow it. And going back to the Pornhub example, the reason why Pornhub started doing this whole like we have to verify everything situation was because apparently they were freaking out, thinking that well, if anybody could upload porn on this website, what if it's illegal porn? What if it's underage porn?
But that's very valid. That's a very valid reason.
Valid concern, right? So now Pornhub is like, okay, the only thing we could upload is verified, honest to God paperwork stuff to make sure that what this person's uploading is legit and not something potentially harmful.
Right.
So yeah, this totally sucks. I feel bad for these people, and I think what bothers me the most, like after finding out the reason why OnlyFans is doing this and finding out that it wasn't because like they did what Tumblr did. Like we all remember what happened to fucking Tumblr. Tumblr was this big fucking social media platform. Yahoo paid millions of dollars to buy it, and then all of a sudden they said, all right, no more not safe for work art or content or whatsoever, which was one of the bigger reasons why people like Tumblr was that you could just put whatever the fuck you wanted back then. And then Tumblr said, nope, you can't do that anymore. Tumblr went down with the SS Titanic immediately. It fucking jump shipped. Everyone left. No one used it anymore because now the site, no one likes it anymore. Like fuck it, why go back to that when you could?
Yeah,
I
now
could
go to
still show my
Imgur.
asshole out. Yeah, I could show my asshole on Twitter and people will still give me more, engagements and notifications like that, and so. The thing is, Kenny, I want to talk about that comment you said about like getting a real job. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing, Kenny? We're two dudes on the microphones on Discord, recording for people to enjoy and listen to ourselves.
You're absolutely
Like,
right,
that-
but on the other hand, you're also still working a overnight job. You're making 40
Yeah.
hours a week.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
But-
doing the exact
that's it.
same. I'm doing, for me, it's a 6 to 3 job, and I'm still going to school, and I'm still gonna attempt to further my career rather than just post booty hole pictures on the internet.
But to be fair though, if I can make the justification, I remember because every time these girls like promote their OnlyFans on Twitter comments and shit, and I will admit that sometimes like don't post your OnlyFans on random threads on Twitter, especially has nothing to do with
That's
it.
annoying.
But like these dudes will come in and they'll be like, "Get a real job, ho, get a real job," and it's like these girls will show like, "Well, this is the amount of money I'm making, showing my asshole out to people," and it's like, "Well, shit, like I feel like the fucking sucker at the end of the day."
Well, I
And that's
think
what I'm saying,
I think everybody paying for that content is a sucker because you can get very similar content for free.
But people don't want that. People want to support that creator.
See, and that's their. I mean, that's their wallet.
Put it like this, Kenny.
That's their wallet.
Put
They
it like
can
this,
do
Kenny.
that if they
Put it
want
like this,
to.
Kenny. If we wanted to open up a Patreon, people don't have to pay to listen to us. They can still listen to us on YouTube and Spotify, where the fuck they want
Yeah.
to. But
But if they like
people
our
sometimes do
content, if they like our content enough, then yeah, I understand why they would want to support it. Why they would
But, like,
want it
put
to
that-
be better engagements and being able to do more if we opened up a patron where we would have more engagement, maybe even have a couple of our fans as a guest or two.
well, maybe we'll have to wait and see on that. But
Yeah,
my
and, I
point
mean,
is,
I'm
though,
just
that-
giving examples. This isn't
Yeah, no, I
indicative
get
of
it.
our actual patron like
No,
for
no, no.
anybody
I
that's
understand. Yeah,
listening
yeah.
to this.
But my point is, though, is that like when you use like these sites like OnlyFans and Patreon, like there's an inherent benefit. Like people like the fact that it's like, okay, I pay money to see this girl's nudes, and then later I could be like, well, I could DM her, I could do this, I could do that, I could engage in polls and things like that. I'm not saying this from personal experience. I'm just going off of like
Are you
what
sure?
Patreon
You,
uses. 'Cause I
you
know.
sure sound like you know
No,
a lot.
I'm just using my experience with Patreon with OnlyFans. I can't even make an OnlyFans account. My mom won't let me.
Danny, come on now. Come on now. Spill the beans.
Anyways, let me get back to point here. I don't believe in this idea because thankfully we don't live in a village. Thankfully, at least
I do.
the majority of us, we don't live in a village. Not everybody has to be a farmer. Not everyone has to pick up cow dung. We live in a world where like we have more than enough people to do certain jobs. This isn't like Rapture, for example, where everybody went to Rapture thinking they're gonna be hot shit, and then later you find out, well, who the fuck's gonna scrub the toilets?
Yep.
We live in a world like I'm not gonna look at a musician and be like a famous musician and be like, hey man, I know you're making millions of dollars and you're selling all these records, but that's not a real job. You need to go back to work at construction. You need to go back to working at a fucking Starbucks or things like that. And I don't know about you, man, but I don't want to do that for the rest of my fucking life.
No,
I don't wanna...
but you wouldn't have to. I mean, okay, so here's where I can draw the line. So
okay.
I understand your viewpoint on it, where you have this certain individual making this amount of money, not having to work a 9-to-5 job, scheduling their own time to work, but you can do the exact same thing with a realtor. They'll sell houses and they schedule their own times. They can go to work whenever they
want.
want.
Not everybody wants to be a realtor.
You're absolutely right, but not everybody also wants to be a pornographer.
That's true, but that's why we live in thankfully we're not in a communist regime.
You're right, but if you look at how porn stars are viewed, I mean, granted, a lot of them are viewed very widely, but what I'm saying is that they're not particularly like smiled upon.
Really? I don't think I have ever seen a moment where someone like I don't know. I think that's kind of counterintuitive.
It's more of a negative connotation to when you say, "Oh, well, I have an OnlyFans and I'm out there just revealing my body to everybody that pays for my content."
Okay.
So
where do you draw the line? What about an actor in a film that has a nudity scene?
You're absolutely right. I mean, but they're doing that for that
art,
moment.
film?
Well, I would say for film, but I see where you're drawing the connections. But that's not the only reason why they're on scene naked. It's not the entire movie they're naked. It's maybe that one shot or that one scene, or maybe they've done a few scenes throughout a few movies.
Listen, exposed booby is an exposed booby. Like, it's there, I've always told people that like once you see someone naked, it changes the dynamic of that relationship. Like if I've seen someone's dicks before or their titties before, every time you look at them, you're gonna know you see their dick and titties before.
Yeah.
Like that's just my thing, and that's where I'm getting at. It's like I don't give like. It's my thing about most things. I'm laissez-faire on everything on this whole on everything, on most things in life. Like if it's two consenting adults doing whatever the fuck they want, fuck it, do it. As long as no one's getting hurt or it's something illegal going on or anything bad, do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Listen, at the end of the day, my thing is it's just an opinion. Like everybody has an asshole. Everybody has an opinion. So
an opinion, right?
Honestly, you do you. I don't care. If you wanted to sell your OnlyFans nude photos or, post on Reddit your nude photos, whatever the case may be, it's just me personally. I don't like looking at that stuff like, oh, well, then they have it posted on their Instagram page or they have it posted on their Snapchat page or they have, oh, well, only like that's what their life becomes about is just OnlyFans.
Well, I mean, you got to promote. I mean, we got to do that shit too.
I understand this.
Look, let me put it like this, Kenny. We are all whores, and we just have to decide who we want to whore out to. We either whore out to the 9-to-5 boss that pays us like shit and breaks our backs and working all our hours, or we got to whore ourselves out to,
or we become,
Raid Shadow Legends.
We can become hang on now. We're not sponsors of Raid Shadow Legends and never will be.
But I'm not saying
it's not happening. It's not happening.
I can't hear you, Kenny. I'm signing the contract. Listen, give me some Raycon earbuds. Give me some of that NordVPN.
Oh my god, NordVPN, that debacle.
Double down on the shit. Look, man, okay. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, we got to get this fucking bread.
Listen, I digress. All I'm gonna say is, you do you. If you want to do something similar on a similar website like OnlyFans, that's your issue. Me personally, I frown upon it. So that's why I have a negative connotation against OnlyFans being not safe for work. Having friends of mine that are on OnlyFans or have been on OnlyFans, it just gives me that negative connotation about their persona. Because I just feel it's disrespectful to their own body. So like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you have a girlfriend and you guys have been dating for a year and she finally tells you, hey, I've been doing OnlyFans. And that's my job. How the fuck
you been dating a girl for years and not noticed?
I said a year.
Oh, well, it's still a year.
Like, yeah, I know. Well, 6 months. But all I'm saying is, let's say you find out, not shortly after, but maybe a few months, maybe 5-6 months after you've been together. You know, this is just hypotheticals. Yeah. But let's say you've been together, and then you finally find out, like, wow, this girl's very beautiful to me. You know, I care deeply about her. And then you find out that she's just showing her body to other people to not just admire, but pleasure themselves for.
No, I think I'm more on the artistic side of things.
I understand you're on the more artistic side of things, but you can artistically look with your hand on your wiener. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. I understand. Well, if you were asking my opinion, would I date a girl with an OnlyFans? No, I wouldn't.
Exactly. So why wouldn't you? You know, if it's a 9 to 5, if it's just like a 9 to 5 job for you, why wouldn't you want to date a girl that's doing OnlyFans?
Well, I mean, like, at that point, I'd just be like, because you have options.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't have to work at this job if I don't want to. I could do my own thing, or I could not date this girl. Like, I get where you're coming from. I totally understand. Like, as someone like me, when I'm in a relationship, I expect the relationship to be like
it's a very sacred thing. Like, you know, me revealing my body to you is very sacred to you revealing your body to me. It's a mutual. I don't want to say sacredity because I don't even think that's a word, but like just kind of
sacredity.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's intimate. Yeah. It's very intimate. And then that just desensitizes the whole intimacy of your interaction every time you go to have sex. You're just thinking like, well, she's shown like her asshole and she's shown her pussy and her boobs.
Well, imagine,
or even if it's a guy, like a dick and balls and you know, butthole and nipples and like, you know what I mean? Like,
but I'm talking. No, I get it. I totally understand. But the thing is where I think is like, well, imagine that, but like, you know, dating a porn star or things like that. Like, I know people. I mean, I don't personally know people, but I know porn stars do get married. They do get engaged.
Yeah. There's some people out there that will love them for who they are. You know, at the end of the day, right? And then we'll let them go get fucked by, you know. By what's his name?
But to them, it's like a 9 to 5. It's like a fuck. I think there was like an MMA fighter dated a porn star, and you know, apparently he walked in on her getting fucked, and apparently she was cheating on him, and it's like, okay, well now that's cheating.
Yeah, it's cheating, but
beat the shit out of the guy, and I thought like, well, I guess they're just doing their jobs at the end of the day.
Well, they're both doing their jobs, so even if she's cheating, like, I mean, she's MMA guy just overtime. The MMA guy is too.
Exactly.
But you see, like it creates tension more in the relationship.
Right. Well, my what I'm trying to get at with is that this is how I look at things. I may not agree with what you're doing, but it's not hurting anybody, and it's not of consent. Right. Like, no one's not getting consenting to it. But while I may not do that, I'm not saying you can't do that. You see where I'm getting at?
No. I understand that, but it's like, to me, I understand.
Like, let me put it like this. Whenever, like, I talk to people, and it's, like, mainly older people, and they, like, for example, like, I was talking to a coworker of mine. He was talking about how, like, this one time a gay guy flirted with him. He complimented him. He wrote a letter or something like that, right?
Cute.
And, yeah, and I thought, like, oh, that's sweet of him. You know, I thought that was really sweet and polite. Like, he wasn't rude about it or anything. He got offended by it. And it's just like, dude.
Oh, well, that's not, like, I mean, I don't understand that. That I wouldn't
I don't
understand.
get that. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, dude, nothing changes. Like, it's the same thing as if a girl hits on like that's where I draw the line. It's like, look, I'm not saying like, I'm not saying like, okay, you have to suck dick in order to be a suit, to understand me. I'm just saying, it's like, don't be a fucking asshole about it.
Yeah.
Like, do what you want. Look,
that's how
like
I feel. Like
how I look.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm just saying, like,
I don't agree with it. I wouldn't do it, but hey, you do you, man. Like, I'll be, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop being your fucking friend about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like with people. Like, I used to make fun of people to be like, oh, you two you're married, but yet you're dating the same guy or something.
Right. Right.
I thought that was kind of weird. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? I don't got to do that. They could do that, and if they're all happy and they're consenting, who gives a fuck?
No, I get it, but I at the end of the day, it's like. Sometimes you don't know who is doing OnlyFans until like months after, once you're already emotionally involved into these relationships, and then next thing you know, well, hey, so what have you been doing for work this entire time? Oh, I do OnlyFans. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that.
I get where you're coming from in that situation. It's not that you don't want to like stop loving this person, but at the same time though, you personally cannot like support that kind of like, but I could get that, and that's fine. But I think that like at that point, you two need to be adults about it and be like, okay, look, what do you do for a living? And you just say modeling or something. Like, okay, fine, I could understand that. But if you're like, hey, do you do an OnlyFans, and what do you do? And then you just find that uncomfortable. You say, hey, I just don't feel comfortable. And then if you break up about it, like, yeah, it's a shitty reason, but you know what? It's
valid though. It's valid.
It's a valid reason. That's the point though. Like, it's not like I think that in a situation like that, like, okay, if someone cheated on you, then yeah, that's a fucking valid reason. Fuck that person.
Absolutely.
But like in a situation like that, it's like, okay, that's just a disagreement of personal interest at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like inherently bad, but it's going against your morals.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So here's a question I can ask you.
Okay.
What do you think OnlyFans was originally made to be for?
It was the way how I interpret it is that OnlyFans has always been like, hey, this is just another crowdfunding site, but we allow this content.
But with a name, OnlyFans, like...
Yes, if you have an OnlyFans, most people are well aware of the fact that, like, okay, yeah, you do porn.
Right. Okay, again...
But...
Where do you think, like... So that if you take a look at their logo, just one glance at their logo, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Not just excluding everything that is connected with it, like pornography, not safe for work, everything of that nature. Where does it sit in your mind? Because it's cursive, it's a more cursive logo, and there's a lock, and it says only.
But like fans. I said, that not everybody who uses OnlyFans does it for porn.
Of course,
like I said, like the stigma is that people do porn with it, right? But I know fucking YouTubers that do it, like Matthew Santoro, like he has an OnlyFans. Maybe hell,
YouTubers can go on.
Yeah, I was about to say, remember White Boy 7th Street? He has an OnlyFans for shits and giggles, but people still pay him.
I mean, I know there's some that are for memes. Like there's actual meme pages that are on OnlyFans. But what I'm saying is there's Float Plane now. That's another website for early content. Like, let's say if we wanted to open up a float plane and make it, this is all hypothetical for anybody that's listening. Again, this isn't as solid concrete. Maybe someday in the future, $5, you get early access every week to our videos.
Well, we don't want to mislead our audience.
Of course not. That's why I said this is all hypothetical.
Right. But I just looked up Subscribestar, for example. Like, I know a lot of artists use Subscribestar, like more like not safe for work artists use Subscribestar, because that's apparently, and it could also just be that maybe OnlyFans just has a better percentage cut. I don't know. I don't know what's like the concrete numbers on the situation, but if let's say you're like, well, I want to make a better cut out of my content, and you start on OnlyFans, well, shit.
Well, yeah, kind of like how what's it called? Microsoft changes the way that they're adjusting like how much they pay out to their developers, where instead of it being a 30% cut to Microsoft, now it'll be like a 15% cut, like what Epic wanted from Apple.
Right. And that's the thing about the end of the day. So like you got to look at your best deal, and then you got to kind of agree with it, especially when you're provided both numbers and you're like, okay, which is the better number for you,
Right. Exactly. So, kind of like what happened with Dr. Disrespect was it Ninja and Shroud? that went over to Mixer?
Are you talking about Mixer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to Mixer.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Microsoft just came in and said, "Hey, we're gonna give you all this fucking money. You're gonna live off of this goddamn money like 4 lives around. Join our shitty streaming platform, streaming site."
I mean, it was janky. I'll say that. I tried.
It was janky. It tried to have its cake and eat it too, and have like all this extra shit to be more engaging, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't up to snuff.
Points
at the end of the day,
every time you'd stream instead of actually like. I don't know. It was a weird. It was weird, but I digress.
It was a weird experiment. It definitely was a weird experiment. Microsoft tried to get into the streaming thing, and they figured like, okay, what's the best way we could like attract people to our platform? We just paid the top dollar on the guy with the blue hair, and then later he came along, he did his thing. The company went down under. He keeps the money. He goes back to Twitch being a free agent. He wins. And that's the thing though. But we already talked about this whole Mixer thing in the long run. So going back to the fixing up my point of the OnlyFans thing, I think it sucks. I feel bad for these sex workers that are unfortunately now in this situation where it's like,
just go back to Pornhub. Like, verify your information. They can. They can. Go to browsers,
because
man.
Not everybody could get verified.
Go to browsers.
Dude, you're not getting it, dude. There's... Huh?
X-Hamster.
No, you don't get it, you fucking moron. That's not how this works. You have to get verified first.
No, not on other websites. Just Pornhub.
No, some of them you do.
Okay, Xvideos.
And even though, that's still not personal, though.
It's personal enough.
Kenny, I'm a sick fuck. I know this shit. Kenny, listen, just stop talking. Let me explain this to you. They can't go on any other site unless it's another crowdfunding site like this. It's like me telling me, it's like, okay, how about this? Imagine we just deleted the Patreon, right? We can't use Patreon anymore, right? We only could put a hat in the street, and then we just get coins that way.
That sounds good to me.
Who the fuck carries change around?
Quite a few people, believe it or not.
I don't fucking carry change around.
I gave somebody 4 quarters today, so...
Good job. I'm so proud of you. Great job. That's your humanitarian work for the year.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Off of that.
Probably will.
All right, but my point is though is that people are unfortunately in this position where it's like, okay, I can't do my content here because I'm being deplatformed, and deplatforming always fucking sucks. I don't care who the fuck you are. It is the most deflating fucking feeling in the world. Like if your favorite Twitch streamer just suddenly got banned, if your favorite YouTuber just got offed. Like, that shit is never cool.
No,
that
of course.
Always...
Of course. And I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Like, I understand, like, these people are going to be suffering after this. I mean, they're either going to have to go find a 9-to-5 job or, figure out a different website that they can post on and then, make their work and bring back their fan base, essentially. But...
Did you see that tweet about that FaZe guy who was just like, "Oh, you bitches got to get like a real job right now"? I was like, "Dude, you play Fortnite professionally."
Oh, FaZe Jarvis.
What the fuck? Yeah, wasn't that the kid who like?
Yeah, that was the kid that cheated.
Nice, nice, and he cried about it.
Yeah,
too.
he did cry about it.
Isn't that ironic?
It is ironic.
Isn't that really fucking?
He should be working too.
You see where I'm getting it now? Now do you see where it's like when I hate when people say they get a real job? It's like, dude, you play Fortnite for a living, like. What the fuck? Like, who cares,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you think, like, Iggy Pop or Ozzy Osbourne
could work at a 9 to 5? But they also got... So, like, the whole FaZe Clan thing. I mean, this might be for another topic about them doing their scam coins, but...
Oh, yeah, the crypto shit. Yeah.
That's a big thing, like, right now, but...
Honestly, I haven't been really...
We might save that for, like, next week.
We should, because I want to see more developments.
Oh, there has been a big development.
All right, well, we'll keep that.
People have been suspended from FaZe Clan and have been kicked out of FaZe Clan.
I have heard about that, yeah. But that's so weird to me. Like, how the fuck is, like, the org itself doesn't realize this shit, and then it's like, oh, now we got to kick them out.
Well, the organization wasn't in that whole scheme, so it was just them working independently.
Yeah, but you see these people tweet out these cryptocurrencies, and it's like, what if you represent an org? Wouldn't they like send you an email and be like, "Hey, can you explain how this works to us?" Like,
right?
Because when you have a shit member in your team doing something shitty, it affects the whole brand.
Yes.
And it affects the whole team.
Yes.
So
I understand where you're coming from, but yeah. So I mean, OnlyFans.
Well, we'll leave that for. Yeah. I feel bad for the OnlyFans people. I wish you luck on this grand exodus. I hope that you do don't give up on what makes you happy. If that's if you like your OnlyFans content and you want to just keep doing it,
You can always do premium Snapchat.
Premium. Well, who the fuck uses Snapchat, Kenny?
Well, premium Snapchat. That's who.
Yeah, good point. All right, case in point. But you know what? That's fine, man. Like I always said, like limitation breeds creativity or something like that. Hopefully something works out for those people out there. I hope that you guys get your bread, and hopefully you guys keep doing your thing. Don't let anybody tell you get a real fucking job, because getting a real job fucking sucks, and being a normal person fucking sucks.
Well, I'm going to school to go be a normal person, but I'm going to go develop games. So.
Well, that's good. You're not working at the farm, Kenny.
I've never been working at the farm, and no, I've never fed cows.
You see where I'm getting at here?
But yes, I understand. But there's always going to be a niche. Do I think that the person who flips burgers
at McDonald's is more valuable than the guy who entertains thousands of people with her asshole?
Yes, he's actually feeding mouths.
No, he's
not. Yes, he is.
He's getting pre-processed meat, putting it in a grill, and then later he serves it out to people to get diabetes.
Okay, he might be serving it to give people diabetes, but those people will be full. What is the asshole going to do for anyone?
Pleasure.
Aside from pleasure.
All right, I don't know, man. Life is, I don't know, like, there's a lot of pain in life.
And you think an asshole is going to bring a lot of pain in life?
No, I said it brings pleasure.
Yes. Okay, I understand this.
This
is like kind of a rabbit hole. We're just gonna bounce back.
Yeah, exactly.
Forward.
That's my point. I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to say, be different, be yourself.
But don't show your asshole if you're dating me.
Please don't. Please, I don't want to get cucked. But yeah, so that's my take on the matter. So, anyways, Kenny, would you be supporting my OnlyFans if I started one of my feet pics?
I don't know. Do you have pretty feet?
Kenny, I just want to let you know you're on record.
That's fine.
You would support me, right?
I don't know. Do you have pretty feet?
I mean, I don't know. You got to pay for that shit. You want to see it.
As long as you have pretty feet, man, I'll do it.
You know what I'm gonna do? If I'm ever filming anything and
don't you dare Photoshop your feet.
No. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like blur out my feet only.
Oh, okay. You're gonna be.
And it's just gonna have this thing for premium members.
What is that gonna be? A stigma behind you? Is like Danny never shows his feet to anybody.
No one shows his feet.
No one knows what they look like.
Yeah, I'm gonna always
kind of like Mario and Sonic.
Yep, exactly. Well, Sonic eventually shows his feet in the movie.
Yeah, but we're not talking about movies. We're talking about video games. The video game that showed Mario's feet was I think it was Odyssey that started with his feet.
Yes.
And then now Sonic, I think Sonic's feet, bro.
Welcome to the DKM podcast. Welcome to talk about our favorite feet.
Welcome to the freaking.
Welcome to Feet Friday.
Welcome
How
to
we doing
our
today?
Reddit. # Sonic feet. I mean.
Sonic feet.
That's like some Roll 34 shit right there. There's like some disturbing photos on the internet about Sonic feet.
Of course. That's
man, if you've watched some Ordinary Gamers, that's
Don't even get me started on the writing material.
That guy,
Jesus Christ.
If anybody's listening to this, and just run over to YouTube, watch a couple of his videos, and just if you like him, subscribe. We're not associated at all, but I think he's fucking hilarious.
He is. I've been watching that guy for years.
And he's definitely an intellectual, without a doubt.
Very intellectual. Very intellectual being.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, so how do you want to wrap this up, Kenny? What do you what's the last thing you want to talk about?
Oh man, there's quite a few things. We got Sony issues for upgrades.
Oh man.
We got a new PS5 revision. And we also have Among Us physical release. So, what do you want to start on first?
Well, I guess we'll get started with the Among Us thing. I still haven't played the game myself.
What? Hang on, Danny.
I'm dead serious.
Hang on, Danny.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead fucking
serious.
Hang
on, Danny.
My half brother literally bought the game for me, and I still haven't played it. Ever.
Dude, it's $5 game. You need to play it.
I have it on Game Pass too, and I still haven't played it.
That game's so good. Okay, so. The game's been out for years. Marcos has said this multiple times. The game's been out for years. Yes, I looked it up. It's been out since 2016.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It finally gained traction.
Yes. We all saw every Twitch streamer.
Now there's new updates coming out for it. Now there's 15 players instead of 10. Now they have accounts
But did
so
you
that
play
they
the
can ban
Fortnite
people
version
that
of
cheat.
Among Us?
The Fortnite? Wait a minute.
Yeah, Fortnite has.
Oh
an Among
yeah,
Us
it's
mode.
called isn't it called Imposters?
Imposter, and it fucking sucks. It is awful.
I heard that.
So yeah, sorry.
But
Going back
yeah,
to point.
so now after they've done all their updates, and now the game's coming out on Xbox, so it's finally Xbox's turn. I don't know what happened with Xbox and Among Us, but holy crap, it only took them 2 years pretty much for it to come out on Xbox. But anyways, there's going to be a physical release for the game, and it's going to be like a special edition. There's like an ejected edition and a imposter edition, and I think the ejected edition is a more expensive one. The game is still going to be, it's still a $5 game, but the respective editions.
All right, wait, hold up. Let me just before I
the ejected edition is $90, and
wait, no, I want to ask you this one simple fucking question.
Okay.
Do these physical copies come with a physical disc?
Good question.
Okay, all right, let's check this out. All right, base game. Okay, comes with a case.
Says it comes with the base game plus DLC, so you get all the DLC. You get the hats, you get the outfits, you get the little monsters that follow you.
I'm gonna assume that there is a disc/cartridge.
If it comes,
yes. Wait.
I mean, if it comes with the box, I don't see why it wouldn't.
Oh yeah, the ejected. Kenny.
What?
Kenny, how many Switch games do you see in the fucking store shelves right now that is nothing but a glorified case with a download code?
Dude, look at all the Fortnite renditions of their little DLCs that they released.
That's a free-to-play game.
I know, but they have like so many boxes that are just stupid.
Yeah, but remember, you still buy the game and you get not even the disc.
I know.
So, yeah, I've
yes,
to this day
so
have not fallen
it says
into that.
Physical copy of Among Us in a 3D Lentiacure case. Okay. It says it comes with all DLC. Which one's this one? The Crewmate Edition. All the DLC, fold of the scaled map poster, a folded scaled map poster, Among Us sticker set, one of 12 Mira HQ holographic access cards, and 6 downloadable wallpapers. Okay, that's $30. Then you have the Imposter Edition.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out, like, does this actually come with a disc? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It doesn't say. Nothing says. Okay, so the the Imposter Edition comes with everything that the previous one came with, plus an enamel pin, a purple Crewmate Among Us plush, an Among Us lanyard, and then the 6 downloadable wallpapers. Then the Ejected Edition comes with everything that was above, and it also comes with a red Among Us beanie, an Among Us fleece blanket, and then the 6 downloadable. I mean, for just for $40 more, you're just getting a fleece blanket and a beanie. A red beanie.
I'm gonna be real cozy this
Dude,
holiday.
For real, like they're just like, here's a stuffed animal,
deal,
here's a blanket, and here's a beanie.
Here's your mommy milkies too. While you're at it, you want some Oreos?
Oh yeah. So the actual it will come with a disc. The Ejected Edition has a picture of the steelbook with the disc.
All right, here's the plan though. I'll get the Ejected Edition. I'll cover myself up with the blankie, get the beanie on, and then later I'll hug the plushie, and then I'll have the disc under my pillow.
Is there another collection? Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm sorry.
6 downloadable PC phone wallpapers. All right, that's going to be leaked eventually.
But yeah, so the only one that shows the disc is the Ejected Edition.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you're going to have to get the Ejected Edition.
And it comes with a steelbook, so that's kind of nice.
Neat. I love it when games come with a steelbook and the regular case.
Oh no, this one's just the steelbook. It's not the
no, I know. I was just making a joke that like my copy of Pokemon Let's Go came with a free steelbook. I'm like, all right, neat.
So
$10. Okay, so with no end labels. Thank you.
Tell me, I wonder how they're gonna update Among Us for the PS5.
Yeah, is it gonna have RTX support?
God,
that's the real question.
Did you hear about the debacle for Ghost of Tsushima and like every other PlayStation exclusive upgrade?
Yeah, I don't get like why are these upgrade paths for games are so complicated. And I realize, oh yeah, there's a great platform where you don't got to worry about that shit. It's called PC.
Well, this is true. This is
yeah.
true because you get the best version when it first comes out
From launch. What the fuck?
Oh, just like
know.
Battlefield 2042 having a $70 version of the base game for only PS5 and Xbox Series X, but PC and the last generation games are gonna be $60. How the fuck does that make sense?
Well, dude, because PC 2 hasn't come out yet, so it's still last gen.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There's never been a definitive PC platform, so there's no continuation.
Well,
we
what
can't
about
make
the
Mega
Steam
Drive
Deck?
2. Well, by that point, then EA is gonna be like, "Oh fuck, wait, does that count as PC 2? Shit, should we start charging this shit for a premium?"
But yeah, so Ghost of Tsushima came out with a PS4 version, and the PS4 version is $20 for the upgrade instead of the 10, and the PS5 version is 30 instead of the 10. So,
well, remember, you could also. This is where it gets kind of confusing, right? So you could upgrade the PS4 game, the base PS4 game, to the PS5 edition without the extra content, like just that,
the 60 frames per
upgrade.
second.
But that's crazy because you could put the PS4 disc in it and it still has the 60 FPS.
Yeah.
So what's the fucking point?
What's the PS5 version do for you?
It's well, I mean, they
you
aside from
you got controller support.
Yeah, you get haptic feedback.
Okay.
They fixed the. But
you still got to pay $10 for the upgrade.
I know. I agree. It's not features worth the money just for that.
And then if you
agree.
look at it, like, okay, so if you pay $30, you get $10 worth of upgrade support for your controller. You get a $10 DLC, and you get what?
Better lip syncing for the Japanese dialogue, because as someone like me who played the game in Japanese, because I'm a weeb.
Weebaboo.
To be fair, though, can you blame me, though? I think that the Japanese dubbing is just way better for me.
I've been playing it in English, and the English one's perfectly fine.
I don't blame you. It's not bad. I'm not saying it is.
I was really contemplating on like doing the black and white.
I mean, I feel like that if you're a big fan of Kurosawa films from like back in the day, like yeah, you could find some charm in it, but why the fuck would I want to mute the shit out of this beautiful world? Like,
no,
why?
I get that. I'm just all I'm saying.
No, it'll be a fun mode.
So, like,
yeah, like I think it'll be.
The whole issue between these two is that there's no definitive way of telling whether it's on PS4 or PS5 when you buy it,
especially
because there's nothing on the cover. There's nothing on the cover. They're both identical. The names are identical. One's $20 and one's $30.
It's so crazy to me is that like Spider-Man figured this shit out at first.
That's
like,
because Insomniac actually has a brain. Like,
you put the disc in, the texture on a PlayStation 5 says cool beans, let's upgrade this shit, and then you download it. I only had to do that once, move the data over to the new game, and there you go.
Let me ask you a question. Now knowing the knowledge that you know, would you rather have the PS5 version of upgrading games where you have to check to make sure that the game is upgradable and then, download the upgraded one but also download the PS4 version? Or would you rather do it the way that Xbox does it, where it says, hey, this game has an Xbox Series S and X version of it. Would you like to upgrade? And then you just hit upgrade, and then it pretty much erases the old, like the base game, or it adds on top of the base game, like kind of like a DLC. But then that makes it part of the base code, so it rewrites the game.
I go with option C. I buy it on PC.
Well, I'm just talking about consoles.
No, I get it. Yeah, if it were up to me, yeah, I think that the best thing to do is just be like, all right, put the disc in, do the Insomniac thing. There you go. Problem solved. Because afterwards,
and something else that's been grinding my gears, the SSD support for PS5. So there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of looking. So the SSD bay is now active for beta users or alpha users for PS5 software, like their actual dashboard and all that. They're saying that it needs to be at least 700 or 7,000 megabytes read and 5,000 megabytes write. for speeds, and people have been just getting regular Gen 4 SSDs. Sometimes it's faster, even if it's a slower, non-compatible SSD.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. You look at the Xbox way, like the way that Xbox has, you know, memory card. You buy a memory card, you plug it in, and that's it. It works. It's hot swappable. You pull it out whenever you want to swap to a different game, and then you can swap to a different game.
Yeah, I remember that the Xbox 360 did have those like GameCube-esque like 256 megabytes.
Yes, and then now the Xbox Series X has the same thing essentially, but with 1 terabyte. So you can buy multiples, and then you load them up with games and pull it out whenever you want to play a different game. Pop in the new one, and then you know you're playing other games. And then let's say you're done with that game, close out the game, pull it out, and pop in your old one that you had in there. PlayStation 5. Pull off take off the base, the dock base. Pull it off. Like unscrew it, everything like that. Pull off the side plate, side panel. Then you need a screwdriver to open up the drive bay for the SSD. Now you need a compatible SSD that they got a wide variety of sizes. They got the 110 millimeter, they got the 80, I think they got a 40, a 30, and I think that's it. So they pretty much got the entire range. You need to make sure that the heatsink that's on, because it's required to have a heatsink, and if you buy an SSD without a heatsink, well, you need to go buy an SSD or like an SSD heatsink, and it needs to fit a certain dimension. So there's so many stipulations. I mean, granted, I know we're PC players, so that's simple shit for us, but somebody that's, bought a console just to be simple, just to have their console, but they want more space, they're going to have to jump through hoops in order to get the right drives.
The only thing I could think of at that point is just delete your old data at that
point.
But
what happens if there's games that you play with friends, like let's say you only have a PS5, so you play Call of Duty, Black Ops,
Warzone.
Yeah,
that shit
both of those take up pretty much the entire space of the PS5. I mean, holy crap, dude.
Yep.
Oh man, and it's like people are starting to realize Xbox did it better with like the SSD support.
Yeah, I hopefully they will figure out a way to make it much more simpler for those users, because it's really aggravating. I haven't hit that yet, thankfully. What I did is just, then again, I only have 3 PlayStation 5 games today, as of today, so I haven't really filled that hard drive up yet. But if I were to, let's say, not have an external hard drive for my PS4 games, though, that would be a whole other can of worms, because that's a bigger issue right there.
Right.
I just had an old external hard drive, and I just move all my PS4 games.
Well, then that's the good thing, but they did that after they realized that Xbox was doing that, so that was more of a reactionary move.
Better late than never, the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that happened to me when I just got it, so that's good.
There was one more thing. So the PS5 revision, they came out with a silent revision of, the PS5. Stupid reason to come out with a revision. It's a new, it's the base dock for the PS5, and the hole where the screw is bigger, and the screw's different. It's a thumb screw rather than just a screw that you can tighten up with a coin or a screwdriver. So they came out with a whole revision model number for this specific console, just for that. Kind of like how the Switch came out with 3 different models before they finally ended it.
To be fair, though, in my defense, though, it wasn't touted as a feature. It was just, you didn't even realize it. I didn't even know it existed. It's not like they're re-releasing the PlayStation 5 is now easy screw-in version. It's just, hey, we saw this thing that people didn't find convenient. We made it. We just still selling the same PlayStation. We just made the base a little bit easier to deal with.
Right. I just think it's dumb.
Is it unnecessary? Yeah, but is it really going to affect anything? Probably not.
That's
I don't
true.
think anybody's going to be no, I don't want that skewer number. I want that skewer number.
That's also the same thing, but with the Switch. I mean, look at what happened there.
like, okay, with the better
The better
battery life, yeah,
life
I
and the
know you're
brighter
gonna.
screen.
To be fair though, but then again, it wasn't like a big deal. Like it wasn't like, okay, we're gonna sell this as like Switch better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this was just
Switch
like,
better.
hey, exactly. Like literally, like I had a coworker who told me for years and years, like she wanted the Switch, was like, but she knew that a better model Switch with a slightly better battery life was around the
Yep.
corner, and you know, it wasn't sure. But then Nintendo said, hey, here it is. It's in a bright red box. You could see it. It's different packaging.
Yeah.
You know, I can respect
Now
that.
there's a
This
Switch
was
OLED.
like, hey. Now there's a Switch OLED where it's like, hey, we touted the screen a little bit better. Give me $50, you know, like that's what I'm talking about. Like this isn't like the PlayStation 5 with easy screw in technology or the Switch with Switch better. This is just, hey, we saw this little thing, we're gonna fix it right now.
Or they could have just gotten rid of the base altogether and figured out a new way.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
I like the base.
I don't care for the base. I think the base is kind of pointless. If the bottom of the console is flat, why need the base?
Because you don't want to get dirty.
Oh my
You wanna
god!
get the
Then you just get black. You get black side plates, and that's it. You're done.
Well, you can't because Sony shut that shit down. Remember?
No. You got D brand with their dark plates.
Oh wow,
That's what I have.
That should be another fun. Nice. But yeah, I think we should go ahead and wrap now. It's already been an hour. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the DKM podcast. I appreciate Kenny for being here with us today. Sorry, I forgot to mention, Marcos could not join us today. Poor guy got really busy. He got things going on in his life right now, but he should be coming back on the next episode. So, for you Marcos fans out there, just sit tight. He will return. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, folks. You guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask if you have to. And if you haven't yet, please get vaccinated because people out there need to get vaccinated because holy shit, people are still dying out there. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. If you haven't yet joined our Discord server, we would love to have you guys along. And, you can engage with the community and maybe even help, be a part of the episode in a certain way. Maybe you can engage some subjects or maybe get some guests on board, Thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay safe.
Bye.